Alright devs, we are here united once again for a new version of Unreal Engine 5. This time it's gonna be the 5.7 and it's already out in the preview. And we're gonna take a look at the roadmap to see what are the cool features, what are the features that we don't give a crap, and what are the features we can't wait to touch on. So let's get started. Let's start with rendering. So rendering, we have megalights in beta. All right. So basically just, more stable. As well as bringing support for following features: directional light, Niagara particle lights, translucency, and hair strands. I wasn't aware directional light was not part of megalights, which is pretty good. I think megalights is gonna be the standard. Like probably it's gonna be out of beta next version. Probably we're gonna use megalights for whatever. Niagara heterogeneous volumes. All right, improving shadowing, volumetric shadowing for heterogeneous volume. What the hell is heterogeneous? Jesus. Which now supports cascade shadows from a directional light. So basically, your Niagara volumes will now cast shadows, which is really cool, to be honest. I don't know how heavy this is. This looks really nice, but it's nice to have shadows anyway. Substrate. Guys, am I cooked? I skipped substrate forever. And now substrate says it's gonna be production ready. And it's gonna be enabled by default. It's not even like this is optional. No. This is enabled by default. If you don't know substrate, you need to start learning. So I'm cooked. I need to start learning substrate. And probably after learning and doing a deep dive in substrate, I'm going to share with you the most important parts. But for now, it looks like it's just a different way to control physically based render, but it's based on another method that is like with the angle of the viewer and the layering of the material, which can make you have really cool effects, to be honest. I don't know how necessary it is, but apparently if substrate is enabled by default, it's gonna be the default by now. So nanite foliage and skinning. That's crazy. So nanite assemblies for building foliage assets using instance parts to keep asset sizes small. All right. So is this like the level instance, but for nanite? I gotta take a look at this. Skeletal mesh driven dynamic wind. Amazing. Dynamic wind plugin. Oh, that's cool. I mean, we had this from Quixel, but it's good that it's actually on the engine now. Nanite voxels, amazing stuff. TSR, thin geometry detection to handle foliage much better. So basically, nanite with asteroids, amazing stuff. First person rendering is considered production ready, including support for nanite with and without warp position offset. Okay. This brings all the workflows and benefits nanite has to the first person rendering setup, which that's really cool, because you have this warp position offset that sometimes you use in first person shooters, and nanite didn't work pretty well with too many extreme values, but looks like now it's working pretty well. Has to do hand with the nanite foliage. So motion matching chooser integration. So in 5.7, we brought our first iteration of motion matching integrated into choosers. We're doing this because it will give users the ultimate control over what assets are valid for selection in motion matching, something that was only possible at the database level, but not at the individual asset level in previous releases. All right. A new post search field in choosers manages this complexity along with integrated debugging. All right. So it's pretty much easier to use, right? That's from what I can understand this. I need to play more with motion matching. It's like a very handy feature. Blend shapes and sculpting tools. which is really cool. Before, many years ago, we used to do this on Maya or 3ds Max, where we export the plane shapes and import them into Unreal. The fact that you can actually do this inside Unreal, I think it's pretty cool. And you can like create more targets. Usually for facial features, like you want the character to smile, to be sad, whatever. This is very handy. Easier to animate like this. World collisions for control rig physics. Damn, that looks cool. Bring level collisions into your control rig's physics simulations using existing world geometry and physics bodies to create believable results. So, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's like more control rig stuff here. Control rig dependency view. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Like you can actually see the hierarchy of all the bonds and everything. Well, not the bonds, but the controls that you have put and which one affect each one. That's pretty cool. IK retargeting performance. So I guess, okay, so now your character can step on a slope and it's gonna be faster. For those of you who are complaining about the performance of Unreal 5, my laptop is about to die, by the way. Every time I open Unreal 5, it's 5 years old. All right, so basically faster. It's basically faster, and you have a LOD, so you don't need to add this whenever like a character is super far away. Like you don't need this feature. Better foot contrast and proportional retargeting. Amazing. Like just better retargeting in general. Spatially aware retargeting. All right, so basically more. Oh, that's really cool. Like sometimes you will run into these weird collisions because the character may be a little bit fatter or something like that. And in theory, it's the right position, but because he's fat, like you're gonna intersect. That's pretty cool. Usability of body conforming. The hell is this? MetaHuman Creator has new volumetric fitting process enabling conforming a better human body to be done using a mesh in any pose, not just a pose. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's like for the body conforming. It's like the face, but for the body, right? I think I never used this one. I only use the face. That's pretty cool. MetaHuman Creator and Python Blueprint API. All right, so for those MetaHuman fanboys, here are directability in Unreal Engine. Jesus. Now this is cool. So control over strand animation, letting artists directly deform and animate guides and strands with joint-based workflows in Unreal. It makes it possible to blend physics with intentional poses, delivering amazing behaviors. Blend between simulated physics, full use of skeletal-less animation, optimized approach, works with MetaHuman grooms, creating in Houdini. Cool. That's actually pretty cool. Use external cameras with lifelink face. So now you can recreate real-time animation using an external camera connected to supported Android device or Apple iPad. Performances can also be recorded directly on these devices. So basically, if you want to make some facial animations, now it's much easier. Just plug a range of USB webcam, or actually, you can also use a webcam. What the hell? All right. Oh, cool. Parametric groom tools in Houdini. What does it has to do with Unreal? All right. I see. So it looks like they have like another system for Houdini. I'm kind of surprised because Unreal is the trend is like put everything in Unreal and do everything here there. I guess Houdini still has his place. Rig Mapper animation retargeting tool. For cross-rig animation workflows, it allows motion to be transferred between different character setups. All right. Such as applying AR-kit animations to metahumans or metahuman animator. So it's more animation retargeting stuff. Like it's gonna be easier. Now it's taking animations into consideration. Custom hierarchical LODs. This one is interesting for those of you who want to create open worlds. Like every single one of you wants to create an open world. I don't know why. I don't understand why you want to create an open world being your first project. I worked on open worlds before back at Ubisoft. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But there you go. Custom HLODs. When using provided automatic HLOD generation methods, the output may vary. Not always meet the project requirements, and it's bound to mesh components. Custom HLOD support addresses these limitations by allowing users to provide their own custom HLOD representation for individual actors or group of actors. So if you have like a specific case, like you say, like these buildings here, like I need this specific value, you can do that for those values. Insert custom representation directly. Okay, cool. HLOD setups UX. Okay, so just better usability, better UX for this. PCG framework is production ready. Finally, production ready is a big deal. Like technically, you have to use procedural stuff, and it's gonna work when you deliver your game. When you package your game, it's not gonna break or whatever. It hasn't been the case for a long time, but now when it's production ready, it means we're committed to this, and it's only gonna get better. PCG editor mode. Okay. Oh, cool. You have like an editor mode inside the viewport, which is pretty cool. Now you can see like, because sometimes it's hard to debug. That's the truth of it. But with this, I guess it's gonna be easier, which is really cool. Damn, this is cool. Procedural Vegetation Editor is a new experimental plugin to create and edit vegetation meshes supporting nanite foliage directly within Unreal. In its initial release, procedural vegetation assets created are edited through the Vegetation Editor and PCG-based node graph editor using the provided imported node and skeletal presets distributed in the plugin content folder. I wonder what is the preset for this. Usually for this, you have a root asset, and then you have like the main branch, and then you have all the like the tree branch, and then you have like the small branches and the mini branches and whatever. I guess it's gonna be like that. I just don't know what is the preset for to be accepted here, right? But man, that's huge. As workflows, PCG graphs can now be executed as standalone graphs, removing the need for the world context and the graph to be generated from a PCG component. Okay. Just like you can generate it outside the world. Oh, all right, I see. So you create like a mini instance of your PCG so you can preview it easier. Custom data types. All right, so you can just create your own data type for this if you want more complexity. Polygon 2D data type of operations. All right, so it's useful for closed areas. Looks like this is useful for creating buildings or whatever. Back when I was at Ubisoft, I used Houdini a lot to create procedural fortresses. You know, like the fortress you see on the games and whatever. And it was a lot of work because you will need to specify like how much length your asset is, how much you're going to duplicate it, and what's in the corner, and what if we have more corners and things like that. This looks interesting to play with. Looks like it's already solving quite a lot of headache for this type of buildings, procedurally generated. GPU fast geo interrupt. All right. So basically more performance. You need to enable the plugin. Okay, very specific. I guess it's if you want to generate tons of assets like this procedurally, then you need to use this asset. GPU operators and improvements, scene capture, for performing the scene captures. Okay, that's cool. Save texture to asset. All right. Support for overrides. Okay. Node and operations. So it's just more nodes. I'm not going to go into detail here. More nodes for working with PCG. Python interrupt plugin. Same plugin for this one. All right. Incremental cooking. Huh. Okay. So what I understand from this is just reduce cooking time using word partition. This one, don't care. Build health tracking and visualization. I really want to take a look into this because I want to see if this is not really part of our performance. Yeah, it's just to check what causes a build to fail, which is really cool. Like normally you will have to go through a bunch of text and find the red or the yellow warning, and it's like, oh crap, what is this? Audio insights, what the hell? Primary tool for profiling and debugging audio. Don't care. Don't care. Metasound code node configuration. Don't care. Audio subtitle plugin. That can be useful. That can be useful. Audio waveform editor. Actually, this one I do care. Because if you want to edit an audio, normally you will go to Audacity or any kind of audio editing software, and you can just do it inside Unreal now. And I've been using it for quite a while now. It was very simple. I guess now it's more stable. I don't know. Or has a little bit more features. Yeah, quality of life improvements. It's very simple, to be honest, but it's very handy. For channel agnostic types, don't care. Take audio tool sample. Don't care. There will be a point in my life where I will go deep into audio, like, you know what I mean, like deep dive, like every day researching, experimenting for a month or something. And then probably I still won't care. Because like the default tools are already pretty good. Android platform support, mobile render, stereo layer. What the hell is this? Don't care. OpenXR. Don't care. Don't care. Motion design production ready. Pretty cool stuff, but still don't care. There was a point where I wanted to put this. Like I want to integrate some kind of motion design in Unreal Engine 5 for my streams and everything. Looks cool, but still don't care. Text 3D. All right. Is this for motion graphics or it's just UMG in general? text 3D actors. Okay. Yeah, it's all motion design. Transition logic, remote control UX. That's pretty cool. For those of you who want to run streamings or tournaments or whatever, this looks pretty damn cool. Material parameter collection modifier. The hell? Drive multiple properties on multiple materials at once. This used to be like the parameter collections used to affect everything. So where do you use this? Like, for example, you want to have like a global value for everything, like rain. It's raining. Turn it on. That's the value, and every asset will have it, instead of each instance have its own modifier. But the modifier enables artists to set and overdrive parameter values. So this couldn't be used before. Like, you have the parameter collection, that's the value you have, that's it. With this, you can specify like this asset I want to change, which is really cool. I guess it's only the movie render graph. If it's like this, I don't care. Burning per output type, also don't care. We're here to making games. File naming control. Oh, this is for movie stuff. Don't care. The hell? FBX Import process available through the interchange framework. This is now the default path to import an FBX into level. What do you mean to level? Like, you mean to content? Main change comes from the use of the same import dialog for importing content folder. I guess. I don't know. I will take a look at this. This looks like it's not like a. It's not a small deal. It's not a small deal. This one I care. Editor, AI assistant. Jesus. Give you a faster way to get answers without leaving Unreal Engine. Sure. By sliding out a dedicated panel in the editor, you can ask questions, generate code, or follow step-by-step guidance, all without switching the browser. You can offer step-by-step instruction for task, get guidance, troubleshoot, generate code example. Man, this is huge, bro. This is huge. Home screen. Oh, okay, they changed the home screen. All right. That's pretty cool. Orthographic clipping interactions. All right. That's interesting. I just don't feel when you're gonna use this. Improve save and delete dialog boxes. All right, cool stuff. Improve save asset interactions. Skip the extra step of clicking in the editor before saving. Was that a thing? Rely on more predictable and streamlined saving experience. Now you can save better. Amazing. I didn't even have an issue with that. Improve window dragging interactions. Okay, let's see. Let's see the GIF. The hell? Avoids frustrating misclicks. Oh, that has happened to me a lot. I don't know about you, but that has happened to me a lot where I just silently, like, Unreal just becomes smaller. It's like, man, what the hell? I didn't click here. Okay. Come on, frustration. I guess everyone complained. Improve blueprint editor, duplicate interactions. I think this is broken in the preview. So just keep that in mind. I think so. Or maybe it's just a Control D here. I think before you couldn't duplicate here. You had to duplicate in the outliner. It's now smoother and less destructive. In previous versions, duplicating will clear you selection, forces you to... Yeah, that I remember. Amazing stuff. Thumbs up. I don't know who did this, but you save quite a lot of time. Geometry inspection viewport modes. Okay. So what's this viewport mode for? Simplified non-photorealistic visualization operations. This mode prioritizes geometric clarity over realism, removing lighting and shadows. Ah, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like you can see like your model if it has good forms or not. That's pretty cool. Do you hear the dog barking? Oh yeah. Yes, I'm gonna take a look at her later. All right, framework, state tree, rewind debugger, amazing stuff. I'm not really a programmer, so, but I do know a state tree. It's quite important. So, state tree runtime, amazing stuff. I'm gonna ask Ram to take a look at this. Maybe we can do a video about this. Because this is like a really, really cool AI system. Mass debugger. Okay. You're gonna create, save, load, and share custom queries. Okay. Autogen nav link. Don't know what the hell is this. State tree usability. Mass runtime. I remember back in Unreal Engine 3. Yeah, that's how old I am. We used to have like a system for having crowds. And for a reason, we stopped having it in Unreal Engine 4. I think we had it in the first versions. But it was like really cool. Usually, like you will put like a window and put like a huge crowd of people walking, and it will just run and super smooth, no lag or whatsoever, like hundreds or thousands of skeletal meshes walking. Is this for this stuff, or it's a little bit different? It looks like this one has like more data, because that one was purely visual. This one looks like you can have put some logic into it. Media viewer. Need to align their animation against existing. Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's a very common workflow when you animate. Usually you will put like a 2D plane and will try to match the same pose. That helps a lot. Chaos destruction. Reset state. Export to skeletal mesh. Ah, that's pretty cool. For those of you who are wondering why will I want to export to skeletal mesh, well, it's more performance friendly. Leaf subtrace after tracing against a geometry collection. You can now get exact leaf count from a line trace. Okay. Just gets more accurate. Chaos data flow editor. That's pretty cool. Procedural generation of assets with a node-based environment. That's pretty cool, to be honest. I'm going to take a look at this. Chaos visual debugger. Okay. That's also pretty cool. Chaos cloth. I guess just better. Yeah, you have the cloth editor. Everything is moving into nodes now. Chaos core. So this is like the big boss chaos, and it has like chaos cloth, chaos destruction, whatever, I guess. So simulation performance improvements, quality performance improvement, chaos visual debugger, data flow physical assets, quality of life changes, amazing. Chaos catching, this is pretty cool. For those of you complain about performance, you can catch the these and record it, and so it's like super fast. It doesn't have like the collisions and everything, but it's like very fast, very performance friendly, and the results are quite visually good. So cool stuff. Chaos hair, focus on robust simulation pipeline for realistic hair. That's pretty cool. Most nodes do take a selection, allowing for more control and target setup performance, blah, 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 more performance, simulate hair, blend between animated and simulated states. That's pretty cool. This one I do care in the future. Not now. This is a very specific case. Chaos flights. That's pretty cool. Continue to expand water simulation capabilities with targeted efforts in 5.7 aimed at template cleanup and preparing systems for broader scalability. Basically better. You can see how it's starting to bridge with UEFN. Virtual production. Don't fucking care, man. Guys, 5.7 is delivering. I don't know about you. Top feature for me. Megalights, substrate, nanite foliage, procedural stuff. Motion mapping is pretty cool, to be honest, but I don't really need it at this point right now. When I go, I will go do a deep dive into that. HLODs, so it's all right. It was always there. Now it's better. PCG is huge. PCG is huge. Next is the AI assistant. That's like, oh, we're going bananas here. I like this one as well. Very cool. And a lot of chaos stuff. I'm gonna play with that as well. And this one I don't give a crap, to be honest. Very cool. Cool stuff. Download 5.7 preview. I can't wait to put my hands on it. And yeah. See you on the next Unreal Engine version. Expect more new versions videos coming as well. Bye bye.